So thank you, Guy, for the introduction. So as he already mentioned, I will give you a short introduction to the project itself and touch upon some of the activities we have been doing during the last years. I will not go into detail because we have quite some of our colleagues here who will present it more nicely, more elaborate than I will do, but I just wanted to give you a general overview of what we have done in the project. So here just some basic figures on the project. So it's a European project, as he already mentioned. So it's a budget with 9 million euros, of which 7.7 million euros is funded. So as said, it's coordinated by Centexbel. So we're the Belgian Collective Center for the Textile and Plastics Processing Industry located here in Belgium. And it's a 4-year project. So we're actually now at the end of the 4 years. So that's why we are able to present you some of the results today. So actually the project is focused around 4 pillars, the first one being circularity, so meaning that we will design and manufacture new novel floor coverings, which are both suited to be recycled at end of life, but also already contain recycled content. So they're really fit for a circular economy. The second pillar is recycling. So we're assessing different recycling technologies, which can aid to recycle different floor coverings. Fourth pillar is a holistic approach, meaning that we don't look at just the technical assessment of the recycling technologies, but we look at the whole value chain, starting from how to collect and sort the flooring over to recycling and so on. So looking at the entire value chain. Of course, to which is coupled that we also need to have circular business models to make this concept viable, and then also couple this with the digital product passport, which we call eProdis in the project, so that you also can retrieve information along the value chain. Fourth pillar is the synergy. So we look at how we can use our recycling technologies in other sectors. For example, with the Koenig, who has window profiles, we assess if you can use waste from window profiles into flooring and vice versa. So there are some synergies between different sectors. So as you all know, the world of floor coverings is very diverse. So within the project, we just focus on 3 of them. So we focus on laminate, we focus on vinyl flooring, so the PVC flooring, and the third one is the textile, and where we predominantly focus on polyamide 6 carpets. So here you have an overview of the whole consortium. So we're in total 19 partners coming from 7 different countries in Europe. So we have a nice balance between industrial partners, research centers, and also, of course, cluster associations who also assist us with the dissemination of the results among the flooring sector. I will not touch upon every bullet point you see here. I just want to say that we also look at sustainability. So we do, of all our technologies we develop, we look at sustainability, both from environmental point of view, but also social and the economic viability. And then also what's very important in the project is the one on the top is the implementation and the evaluation of the 6 pilots we have conducted in the project. I will tell you more on this slide. So here you have an overview of our 6 pilots. So the first one deals actually with the production on more industrial scale of circular floor coverings, so which have been redesigned and now actually being made. Second pilot deals with identification and sorting. So there we also have made a pilot on. Third one is the Polycep technology, where we look at separation of multi-layered materials. And then we have pilot 4, 5, and 6. First one dealing with laminate recycling, vinyl recycling, and in the end, pilots on textile recycling, so carpets and carpet tiles recycling. So we have been working a bit in preparatory phases to first do the redesign. So I just highlight here some examples. So the first one is, for example, looking at new design and new production methods. I just took here an example of a carpet where we look at 2 different ways. First one, try to make the carpet monomaterial so that it can be fed as a whole to the recycling process. Second one is a separation layer where we add a specially designed layer in between, and at end of life this can be triggered, allowing to separate the primary and the secondary backing of the carpet. The second thing is that we look at the inclusion of recycled content. Just 2 examples here. For the luxury vinyl tile, we are able to put 100% recycled content so in the core. And then also, for example, for a fiber board at lab scale, we could make fiber MDF and HDF using 100% of recycled fibers without any problems. We also looked at the tagging of the flooring because that's very important to have the link with the digital product passport. So we have been assessing, for example, QR codes, RFID taggings, and also digital watermarks. So if you want to see some up close at the booth, we have some samples there also. And then the fourth one is also how to install the flooring. So how you can easily dismantle without having too much residues attached to your floor covering, which can hamper the recycling process. So this is a bit the technical aspects. There is a deliverable or a report on this, which is available at our website. So if you want to assess this in more detail, you can just download it freely from the website. Then I just focus more on the piloting phase. So he just wants a few examples on the piloting of circular floor coverings. So first some on the carpets. So for example, Aquafil has been working on the production of a carpet with adapted latex backing. So one which is more brittle. So when you do the shredding of the material, you can remove more of the latex and you end up with a purer polyamide 6 stream. Then at TFI, the research institute in Germany, they have been focusing on the production of monomaterial carpet using the thermobonding technology, meaning that you don't use latex, but you actually melt the backside of the piles to have the anchorage. Then at Unilin, they have been looking at the circular laminate, so how they have produced a laminate which includes recycled fibers. Then for Brolieu, we have the circular vinyl, so have been looking at first at cushion vinyl to include recycled content. So here you have some cross sections. The amount that we can add is a bit lower, so they're also assessing different other production technologies for this. And they also looked at replacement of virgin PVC in the LVT, so as said, we can substitute up to 100% there. And then one more niche flooring is the bioflooring from Skim, which is previously called Mogu. So there we also have been adding different waste streams into mycelium-based acoustic panels and floor panels. So this is just a view of the pilot line for identification and sorting. So it has been developed by Rina and is installed at the facilities of Santexbel for the moment. So as you can see here, you have a camera for visual identification of the flooring. You have an RFID reader, a QR code reader. So actually we could do trials and assess the feasibility to separate different types of flooring waste here. So this is a bit how it looks like, schematic in real life. And then here's also QR codes that you can scan to see the line in action. So then you come to a YouTube movie showing the working process. Following is the pilot line for separation of multi-layered materials, which is called the Polysep technology. Here actually you have multi-layered material used as input. After a shredding step, you bring it into contact with a solvent, and then you do bring it into contact with steam, which is here called the catalyst, but it's actually just steam, which induces flash evaporation and then the delamination of the different layers. And then you still need to separate all those layers into clean streams. So it's a patented technology. The line is originally designed for more the tarpaulin type of material, so PVC, polyester material. And in Sysiflow, we have been assessing it for vinyl floorings and carpets. But this was not so successful. So it's a research project, not everything works out very well. So we have seen that the line still needs quite some modifications to actually be fully functional with carpets and also for the vinyl flooring. Then we go to the laminate recycling line of Unilin. So this is actually a very nice story also. They are able to convert 90 to 97% into reusable fibers with a capacity of over 1 ton per hour now. So as you can see, some microscopic pictures, it nicely contains the structure of the fibers. And this is an overview of the pilot line now, but Sebastian will tell you more about it later on. The fifth one is vinyl recycling. I just took one example. We did it for cushion vinyl, but also for LVT. So for example, here we had also the cooperation with De Koning. So we had old PVC window profiles, which are recycled at the plant of De Koning. And then you obtain a PVC powder, which can be added into the LVT. But secondly, we also looked at more closed loop. So actually, mechanically recycling the LVT, make again PVC, and then introduce it again. Or it can be a combination of both, taking from window profiles from old LVT and so on, and makes a mix of that. Last pilot is the pilot on carpet recycling. So there we actually have a monomaterial carpet being produced by Edel Carpets in the Netherlands. Then in the UK, they have performed installation trials, first on small scale to see what is the best installation method. Should we use certain types of tackifiers or rather tapes or something to have a clean uplifting afterwards? Then we actually did a use phase simulation, so maintain the carpet. Also, we have some RFID tags underneath also to see if we can read out after several months still the signal of the RFID, also for the coupling with the digital product passport. And then both the offcuts during installation as after the use phase, this material carpets were sent to Aquafil, who did then the chemical recycling up to the caprolactam, the building block of polyamide 6, and they repolymerize to polyamide 6, make ECONYL yarn, which is then used to produce the carpet again. We also did quite some overarching activities. I will not go into detail, but just mentioning that. So we have the eProdis Extended Product Information System, which is the digital product passport. We also made a transition support tool where we included some of the results into a more publicly available tool, but Jan will tell you more about this afternoon. We looked at the circular business models, which will be explained also today, and we looked at the customer engagement, so which type of customers are more likely to take up circular flooring. And then as said, also all the sustainability assessments, the life cycle assessment, techno-economic assessment, and the social life cycle assessment. But this will be all touched upon during the different presentations later on today. Also, we have quite some reports on the website. Just a few here. We have a white paper on collection and sorting of flooring. We had the first policy brief. We are now finalizing the final policy brief, which will also be available. We also have, for example, now a report which includes all the outcomes of the different pilots we have conducted. So this is also already on the website. So within the coming month, you can expect quite more documents also publicly available on our website. So I have the link there, so feel free to take a look afterwards. So I just want to finish off by saying in nature, nothing is created and nothing is destroyed, but everything is transformed. And that's actually what we are doing also in Sisyflu, trying to transform our waste into new products. So this is very in brief, a little bit an overview of what we have been doing in the project, and more to come with my colleagues afterwards.